Welcome back, everyone. So the sound deadening sheets, the second set has arrived, so we're putting them in now today, and we're also going to be working on installing the insulation.
So with our second box of sound deadening, we've finished off the bits that didn't have any. So we've done up here, across the bottom here, up on the door, and the wheel arches. We've just about had enough, so we cut a few bits to finish this one here. Oh, and we've done the ceiling as well. So we've left this bit here because that's where our fan is going to go.
And now we are going to put the insulation on the walls. So we're going to start with the walls before we get to the floor. We're taking a few precautions. Obviously we're using fiberglass. So yeah, we've got the gloves, we've got the goggles, and we've got the mask. I cut the plastic wrapping off with a pair of scissors. Instead of unravelling the whole roll, we first measured each of the spaces in the wall, and then cut pieces of the fiberglass to match. Next, we simply used an all-purpose spray-on adhesive. Alright, so we spray the glue on the surface and the fiberglass first, and we just let it get tacky a little bit, so we just wait 10-15 seconds, and then we just put it on, give it a little hold, and then stays on. With the walls completely done, we used whatever we had left to fill in the gaps. Alright, so I've just gotten in the shower because the fiberglass was making my arms itch. And whilst I was in there, Tash has managed to already get up some of the foil. So at the moment we've used a bit of glue, but we've run out. Instead of going to the shops, I figured we're going to tack it on with a staple gun. So we've got our, what is that? It's a 24-litre air compressor. And you can see where we've got the battens here, and we're just going to tack it in along there. And we're going to do that instead of using the glue, so we can staple and then pull it tight. Staple, pull it tight. We should be more effective than the glue, because obviously we can pull it tight as we go along. So this thing makes a bit of a racket. I'm just gonna go grab my mask because you can't see it on camera, but in the light you can see tiny particles of fiberglass like floating in the air, and I don't want that getting in my lungs, so I'm gonna quickly chuck this back on. If you're wondering why we just so happen to have a 24-litre air compressor with a staple gun, Tash does a lot of upholstery. So she makes chairs and she covers them and does a lot of stuff like that, so she uses it for that. Morning, it's a new day. We're going to crack on with the rest of the insulating foil before we get on with the floor. Just had another trip to B&Q to pick up another 10 metres squared of the foil because we were running out, because we wouldn't have had enough left to done with the ceiling. And we've also picked up some glue because even though we're taping some of the overlaps, when it gets to some of the edges, there isn't like enough room for the tape. So we're just going to glue it, and I find that's going to be better. Alright, most of the foil is now on, but now we're just, where we've got like little gaps like this, we're just measuring pieces that we can just stick over the top. And yeah, we've still got the ceiling to do. What other little bits of foil? Up there, we still need to fill in that. But what we haven't done is cover over these, just in case we ever need access to the lights. And right here, we've got a handy, what's it called, a lighter socket. You know, you can like plug things into, so. And that would be good for like, you know, a night light or a charging socket, or, you know, even a fan with all this insulation. Awesome, so it's starting to look like the inside of an oven. We're not going to do the ceiling just yet. Obviously we need to install the fan. So now we're going to get to the floor, where we're going to use a different insulation. We've gone with an insulating board, Kingspan. But first of all, we need to lay the wooden beams for things to get drilled into, like the kitchen units, for example.
So next up, we're onto the floor. We've got this treated timber, 2.4 meters long, so we'll have to cut it to size to fit. It's 25 millimeters wide, so we've got it that width simply because the Kingspan we got is that width, so it needs to sit flush on the floor before we put the plyboard on top. So first of all, we need to measure the width of the van. So there we've got 73.5 inches. So we have to do the wood horizontal across the van, simply because it needs to sit on top of these raised bits, because the 25 millimeter, when we've got the Celotex on, it will sit across this, so it needs to be the same as this. Whereas if we had this the other way round, going inside here, the Celotex would be raised.
Makes sense. I'm following her lead on this one.
So now I know this one fits, I'm going to see if I can use the same length the whole way down. No, I can't. This one's too long because we've actually got a little bit of a slant going into the floor there, so I'm going to have to measure it up again.
Alright, how long's this one?
71.5. So we'll cut 45 inches for along here and along here, because then we're going to make frames for the wheelbases, so that will sit on top of that. I'm just lining up two pieces so I can do one cut, so they're both exactly the same size. So we're just trying out the Kingspan for size on the floor to see where to put the beams. So I think what we can do is just cut this to size, push it up against that one, bring this one forward, so we don't have to keep cutting little bits off.
Having a quick tea break before we cut the insulation. Like a glove. Nice.
Lovely. Oh, that's good.
And voila! We can measure! How does that make you feel? Oh,
Oh, perfect.
that's lucky. So that was just an off cut.
Yeah, we'll just have to chop
It just needs a little bit off that end. Happy days.
Yeah.
Right, now these two bits are in there nicely, and we are going to fill these little bits here. We're going to use cardboard, create a quick template, and then we'll probably do the same over there as well. Just that bit, I'll show you. Just here. Kellogg's Crunchy Nut. So let's see if it fits. I think it's probably a bit small. It probably needs a bit more. So let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, so it's that, which is perfect. Plus, so what's the distance between those two pieces of wood?
We need 6 centimetres. Okay, so this doesn't quite fit. We've just got bits of insulation left out of the big boards that we had. So we'll just have to do this in 2 pieces.
Right, Tash gets the honours of putting them in.
Lovely. Perfect.
Alright, thanks for watching. I feel like we've got a hell of a lot done this weekend.
Yeah, we've got a lot done.
So that's the insulation done. So that's the fiberglass. That's the insulating foil. That is also a vapor barrier. We've taped it up. We've got the floor down, the floor insulation, which is the Kingspan insulating board. But yeah, I think that is a lot of progress. I'm really chuffed. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give us a thumbs up if you like the videos that we're putting out. And yeah, cheers. I'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.